These content warnings are only for the demo and may be updated for the full game. Crude language and implied drug use. Implied drug use is my entire channel. And crude language. Yeah, they exist. Yeah, I know I'd seen them somewhere. I love Doctor Who. Well, I loved what I saw. I'm definitely not caught up. I watched it when I was younger, back in my Tumblr era. How's the sound? It seems a little loud. I stopped at 11 when Clara joined. No real reason or anything. It's just like life got in the way. I need to at some point though. Because I really was curious to see Capaldi and curious to see, I don't remember her name, but the lady, and I really want to see the new guy because some of the clips I've seen, he seems so cool. I'm not great with names though. I can't tell. I think that's better. Yeah, so this is Spill the Beans. New game. Click. You've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. You're shaking. Outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe. As its power pulses through your body, your heart aches. Your breath flutters. Mere echoes of what was taken from you. What will soon be yours again. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in this cafe. The ones you're about to drag into a complicated criminal mess. You can only blame the scroll's influence for such inconvenient sympathies. Yeah, Whittaker, yeah. I would like to see it though. I've seen great edits of them. If they were in your position, they'd do the same, wouldn't they? They'd know that. After everything you'd been through, this was the only option left. People say that Artifice County is the most magical place there is. Yes, Artifice. Where 100 years ago, the world of spirits cracked the earth and spilled over into ours. But now the spirits work 9 to 5s. Arcane power fuels cars and charges phones. This county, once the cradle of magic, has become as mundane as any other. And an unmagical human like yourself, among shape-shifting sirens, carbon fiber constructs, and wizards? You're exceptional. Exceptionally dull, and exceptionally underestimated. No matter how much you tried to fit in, to love this place with all its wonders, it never reciprocated. All it did was take. All it left you with was emptiness. So why not take something back? Steal everything the county denied from you, feel that gnawing emptiness, then leave it behind forever. Luckily, you know what you need, and exactly where to find it. The Familiar, a downtown cafe, nowhere if the only for its secret recipe, locked tight in the back room. And conveniently enough, they're hiring, so desperately that they aren't asking for experience or background checks. All that's left is to put together an application. Not that anything you say on it really matters. It rarely does. I am a... This is cerebral. Yes, I am a cerebral. Yes. I love this weird word. I am a cerebral... I am a cerebral thrill seeker who loves... coffee. Okay, so I'm pretty pale. Pretty good. We'll do they them. I would say I'm a competent leader. I am an... What's a sycophant? I'm not sure. Not sure. Please. Do you know what sycophant means? Could you explain it to me? Because I don't fully understand. A kiss ass? Okay, got it. I'll say I'm a miraculous expounder. Please. Can I change my hair? No, I don't think so. Wait. Cute. Okay, so we'll do the down here. Cute. Phone number? No. I'm a cerebral thrill seeker who loves coffee. I'm a competent leader, a miraculous expounder. Please. We'll do them and done. Didn't I do everything? Did I not do something? Oh, I don't know why it... Maybe redo it. I don't know. I should use Cerebral on my real applications. I don't even remember what I said already. Thrill seeker. I love coffee. I'm a leader. I can talk. Please. Oh, them? They're always sitting by... Oh, you're right. I didn't even see that. I love that. Oh my god. We love that. That's awesome. Why is it not letting me click done though? Oh, because I haven't put my name. Explains it. Oh no, not skipping. I have to put a last name. Lobopon. Lobopon. Yeah, that'll do. I could do Lobophenol. No, Lobopon is good. A few days later, you're face to face with the familiar. While its neighbors are all dust and drywall, its facade seems unbroken, even if the varnish is peeling at the edges. For a moment, nothing. Then you spot a silhouette in the window, who flicks on its neon sign to open before waving you over. You cross the street, repeating the details of your plan. You need to get in, get out, and for the smoothest getaway, try to find someone else to take the blame. But can you guys do all those things without running into any complications? You've already reached the front door. You can hardly turn back now. The cafe laid bare before you is almost indistinguishable from the scant images you found online. Your stretched chairs and royalty-free wall art, well kept but worn down. You don't get long to take it all in. A construct towering over you, meters tall, stops wiping down the counter and turns to greet you. Ah, you must be Lobo. Great to finally meet you. Sorry, terribly rude of me not to meet you at the door. As she strides over, you realize how old her vessel must be to have no custom limbs or decals, just worn gray stone, flowering moss, and that tiny blue bird nested on her shoulder. I'm Sloan, from the emails. Lovely to have you on board. Did you get here all right? I saw your address was uptown, and I know we're a wee bit out of the way. Before you had a chance to reply, she's already yanked you into the crushing two-handed shake. For a moment, you worried that she might have pulled your arm from its socket. Actually, I shouldn't get chatting just yet. Today's schedule is pretty packed. What with your induction, and I barely found time to fix breakfast for Adam. Oh, hang on. This is Adam. Adam, say hello to Lobo. They're your new co-worker, so be polite. Adam's usually my only company out front, So it'd be nice to have you too. I mean, I love this job. I really do. After 6 years of working the floor by myself, starting at 5 every day. Not that you have to come in that early, of course. We're only meant to start at 8, but it pays off. It does. As Sloan trails off, you have a chance to put your plan in motion. You spend a long time figuring out other people's so-called feelings, and just how easy they are to manipulate. If someone's in a good mood, they probably think better of you and suspect you less. Then again, if you make someone upset, they might make for an easier scapegoat under pressure. What's best for Sloan? Better make that first impression count. Lobo? Oh, I've worried you with that 5 a.m. thing, haven't I? Just want to stress that you don't have to do that. Honest. This extra hours must be worth it. This place is spotless. Oh, that's sweet of you. I tried to bring the best out of the old familiar. Good to know that other people actually notice. The lights flicker overhead before Sloan can finish her sentence. Oh, sorry, I thought that was fixed. Should call the electromancer when I get a free moment. Anyway, pack schedule. We have pastries in the oven, then a delivery after. Come on, let's get you in uniform. If we're quick, I can show you how our recipe works before any of the customers arrive. Sloan strides through the doorway behind the counter, beckoning you into the kitchen beyond. It takes 3 steps to match just one of hers. The kitchen, built from cool metal and right angles, is warm with the smell of apricots. You breathe it in while Sloan roots through a nearby cabinet before suddenly sighing. I'll say this now. Sorry about the fit. She hands you an apron like her own. Exactly like her own, actually, and that it's far too big for you. It's bound to slow you down and make you look utterly ridiculous. Your one should be here tomorrow. I hope this is alright in the meantime. Sure, if anything, it's amusing. Great, how are you gonna steal the recipe while wearing this? Thanks a million, Lobo. Glad to see you're seeing it upside. Here's your name tag, too. As you wrap yourself in the oversized apron and pin on your name tag, Sloan smiles. It's a small, sad smile that weighs down her whole face. Look, I'm sure not everything you've heard about this place has been grand. Once you put in a little elbow grease, she really shines, and I've got a lot of elbow grease. I just wanted to say that you wouldn't be here if I didn't think you had the same drive. Your application told me that much. It did say please, though, didn't it? I knew that was a mistake, so I ignored it. Do change that in the next draft, please. But at the end of the day, those are just words. Your experience with her really settled it. Must have been quite a privilege to work for her. Sloan is cut short by a buzz from her phone. Ah, pastries. Why don't you pop in the office while I grab those? Fred, your manager, I should say. I'll be ready. Big gray doors on your right. Best of luck. You take 5, no 6 steps towards the office. A hiss of heat escaping the oven behind you. Beyond lies Fred, the owner, the one from the newspaper, the one whose recipe you're here for. You ease the door open, but no one greets you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the colossal metal safe that occupies a quarter of the room, just a few steps away. You knew the recipe was protected, but not like this. The safe looks like it was taken from the set of a heist movie. It should be locking up gold bars instead of, what, a recipe for coffee? But as you run a hand across its surface, wondering just how you're going to crack it open, there's a rustle nearby. You snap upright with a bolt of unbidden adrenaline. Like a dragon emerging from its hoard, a tiny golden-eyed tuxedo cat rouses from a pet bed on top of its safe. He blinks stickily, then suddenly glares at you, fur on end, eyes aglow. Don't touch my shit! He spits the word at you like darts, light cracking through his panicked eyes. The air in the room starts getting heavier, as if brewing into a thundercloud. Who sent you? If you think you're going to best me in my own domain, then... Oh, wait, you're the new hire, aren't you? Quick as a power cut, the lightning in his eyes blinks out, and the pressure lifts with it, the cat size, leaping smoothly from the safe to the desk. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. I'm Fred. Welcome to the familiar. Good to have you on board. Well, given the terrifying magic and the talking, he's not a cat. He's a demon bound to the form of a beast. A familiar, in other words. It's the last time I'm pulling an all-nighter on admin. You're lucky to still be young, human. After the first century, things get... Sloan Wood, you onboarded, right? We have one main rule. Do everything you can to show the economist types this place isn't a bad idea. More. Good night, Cass. Good night. More than fire safety drills, we need drive and spite. So that's what I expect from you. Are you clear? Oh, I really don't want to piss anybody off. Maybe there'll be a third person I can piss off. That's what I like to hear. As long as we're all on the same page, you and I will get along just fine. We aren't a little happy family here. We're just hard workers. This isn't going to work if you aren't prepared to work just as hard as me and Sloan. No, he's not. As if on cue, Sloan enters the office, a kettle of boiling water in one hand and a packet of coffee in the other. She starts mixing the two in a mug on Fred's desk. Morning, Fred. Everything all right in here? Thought I heard a bit of shouting. No, it's fine. We've just been giving, Fred quickly squints at your name tag. Giving Lobo the lowdown on the familiar. Our history, what we do, all the good stuff. Sloan gazes at Fred, tracing the tiredness in his eyes. Her smile dims a little. Well, that's nice. I can join you now if you like. We can go over the finer details together. If you've got time, by all means. With firm movements, Sloan puts the kettle down and closes the door behind her. Fred's eyes lock on your name tag again as he reads it under his breath. So, Lobo, let's get down to business. We're open 8 to 5 most days, but your shift goes 30 minutes longer at the end for closing, and anything after that is overtime. I can give you forms. Aprons go on the hooks in the kitchen. If anything gets spilled on it, don't be afraid to excuse yourself and replace it as soon as you can. Oh, and if you are going to excuse yourself, and on it goes. Sloan and Fred don't speak to you as two different people, but as two halves of one business. Efficient, organized, and trusting one another as best they can. That should be the most of it. I'll be with you at the counter for training, so don't hesitate to ask me any questions. She's cut off again by her phone. Oh, excuse me, Dave. Hey, yes, Sloan, just unloading the van out back, so that's your heads up. Thanks, Dave. I'll be right there. I should be off. Need to get my signature for the deliveries. Thanks again, Fred. Oh, Lobo, before you join her, I'm sure you've heard about our recipe. Must be dying to learn what makes a familiar's coffee so irresistible. But it's not so much a set of instructions as it is well, I won't get too arcane with you. It's more of a background thing, like the internet. You use that, right? Point being, even if you don't see it, it'll still be working its magic back here. In a drill-proof, bomb-proof, 6-gauge safe, which only me and Sloan can open. Also, I cursed it. So it's protected against teleport-based attacks too, of course. Well, sometimes I need to summon something from inside without opening a door, so... But I guess someone could... I'll make sure that's dealt with. Don't worry about it. Looks back at the veritable vault behind him, as if checking that's still there. Can't be too careful with these things, especially in this economy. I mean, wasn't it just last week that Raphael Hendricks wrote off his beauty store chain? It's inspirational how these CEOs act. Expanding isn't easy. I mean, ideally, we'd have an accountant, a consultant, another chef. We've got you! And you're one hell of a good start. Especially with our regulars. You'll meet them soon enough. You should catch up with Sloan. Anything you need, I'll be back here, going over these papers. As you leave the office, Fred paws a single sheet of paper from the files on his desk. You're upside down, you recognize it as your CV. Yes, Ida, we could work there together. They can afford to pay us both. Not a moment after you enter the kitchen, someone waves at you from the back door. In the doorway next to Sloan is a uniformed courier, a man just as unremarkable as you. A precarious stack of cardboard boxes wobbles threateningly behind him. Say, you're Lobo, aren't you? Sloan was just telling me about you. All good things, I promise. Mostly good. Dave gives Sloane a package and gives you a conspiratorial eyebrow waggle. He pauses to take a long breath inward through his nose. Oh, is that apricot? So you did go for the new recipe. Fred must have taken some convincing. Oh, I was just trying it out. We'll see how they sell first. Hey, if I come by once I'm off work, that's one customer right there. Guaranteed. Sloane breaks away to put each package in its right place. Dave looks at you, eyes glistening. Hey Lobo, have a good first day, yeah? Thanks, I will. I might not be here for it, but if it all goes well, today's gonna be good. That's the spirit. Any more for me, Dave? Just a couple bigger things, but I'll grab those this time. Don't let me interrupt your induction. Are you sure I could carry? I'll catch you later for that pastry, yeah? Dave walks away whistling, his footsteps gradually going quiet in the alley. Lobo, I am so sorry about Fred. I know you must have overslept today. That's on me. Notice her hands are balled into fists, one so tight that even the stone starts to buckle. I just wanted your first day to be easy, but oh well. Let's get you behind the counter, shall we? There won't be time to take you through all the machines, so let's fill a drip maker. I keep the house roast down here. She effortlessly pulls open a burlap sack of beans, scooping them into the grinder. As you pulverize them, the aroma of the coffee fills your lungs like a cloud of bitter smoke. Today's been all over the shop, hasn't it? We should get a wee moment to breathe now. Only one customer comes in this early, and they don't do Mondays. I'll introduce you tomorrow. It's Garfield? Sloane smiles, the stone wrinkling around her eyes, and it dawns on you. This is beginning to feel like a real job. Just as you finish that thought, front door swings wide open and your first customer skips inside. You spot at least 4 shades of pink in their outfit. Pink fingernails, pink sun hat, lipstick, backpack. That dress must be bespoke, too. Pricey. As they draw close, though, you spot pointed fangs in their cheery smile and deep red eyes behind their tinted glasses. A vampire. Good morning, Sloane. Oh, I spoke too soon. Morning. Before you order, this is Lobo, our new barista. Ah, so you're finally upscaling. You know, I saw some prime real estate going for cheap in Moonbow, if expansion's on your mind. Slow down, we're not taking over the industry just yet. Vampire looks as if they have more to say, words bubbling just beneath the surface, but settles on a pout. Lobo, I'm Jessie, with an IE. Jessie's eyes swivel to you with an abundant curiosity. Your apron's so big. I'm more for tailored fits myself, but I know the baggy looks have been catching on lately. Draws focus to the wearer being separate from their clothes. Oh no, it's nothing like that, just a supply chain issue. What'll it be this time, Jessie? A hot chocolate, please, and I'll have it with, whipped cream, nutmeg, caramel, marshmallows. Wait, will that fit? Marshmallows, then whipped cream, then caramel, and the rest. Oh, but what if I got cookies too? Give me 1 with everything, and 2 chocolate chip cookies, please. Sloane's already off to one side, rifling through her arsenal of ingredients. Meanwhile, Jessie brandishes a pink, bat-styled mug from their satchel, placing it on the counter as their eyes flick back to you. I know, she's so cute! Even if Sloane and Fred aren't aiming for the world domination yet, you're still on the front line of their expansion plans. They're investing a lot of trust in you. Oh yeah, I hadn't even seen that. That's cute. So tell me, do you feel like a good investment? How far are you willing to go to succeed? I don't want to piss anybody off. I can't do it. I'd do anything. Vampire peers deep into your eyes, then nods, as if confirming a suspicion they had. Good. So Jessie, what brings you here on this lovely Monday morning? Are you trying out a new schedule? Oh no, much more exciting than that. Got a meeting with the board after this, so I came here to prepare. It'll go much smoother with something sweet. Ah, for your infamous internship? How is your family treating you then? About as well as usual. Trust me, I'd much rather be here helping the familiar. But then Fred's just like everyone else. He sees my last name is Hendricks and thinks I'm some sorceress corporate spy out to suck the proverbial blood from his business. Of course, the Hendrickses, rich, powerful, and, most troubling for you, magically talented. Jesse looks at you, anticipating your judgment with a flat smile. Ooh. Really? Oh, but I don't have the time. But if it's just a few minutes. Okay, I'll show him a few proposals if I catch him. Thank you. Try not to let your family get you down, Jesse. You get your chance to prove yourself someday. Well, if all goes according to plan, day should come today. Fingers crossed. Sloan passes Jesse's now full mug across the counter. By some miracle of physics, it hasn't spilled over. Maybe this was a bit ambitious. But if I use a cookie to scoop up the cream and let the marshmallows melt, I can finish this in 30 minutes. Thank you, Sloan and Lobo. Jesse swipes their card and their mug, making a beeline for the booth seat before a payment even goes through. They assemble their workstation in mere seconds, a sheaf of papers, a stack of textbooks, and predictably pink laptop. The mug stands vigilantly at a safe distance. Jesse was a surprise, but at least they're a nice one. I was grateful they didn't come at the same time as... Before she can finish, the front door swings open and a siren rolls in the room. She's wearing a sleeveless orange turtleneck, a magnolia-covered jacket that's relaxing on her shoulders, and a perfectly photogenic smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Hello, the familiar. It's a perfect day for my long overdue review, don't you think? Yes, forgive me. I came straight here from my morning swim. I must look a mess. She runs one hand through a river of glossy, pale hair, parted by an immaculate side cut, and raises a smartphone with the other, flourishing it like a paper fan. Don't worry, Lobo. I'll handle this. Jesse shrinks back, arranging their books into a makeshift wall. It seems to work. The siren glides over towards the counter, not noticing them at all. Now, Sloan, I know you very well, of course, but for the benefit of both me and my adoring fans, who is this? Oh, I didn't know you'd be coming. This is... But the siren's already staring at your name tag, trying to preempt Sloan's introduction. So, that's how you spell Lobo. Enchanté. I'm Alexandra Argos. Agrios. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You don't have to have a Grimoire account, do you? Do you, Lobo? I'd love to give you a proper credit in my post. How about a drink first, before anything goes on that internet page of yours? Quite right, Sloan. I'm getting ahead of myself. Could I have? She clears her throat and straightens her back. A blue sea salt caramel frap with soy milk and non-dairy whipped cream on top, plus a little of that raspberry chocolate powder you have would be lovely. Thank you so much. I should have everything. Let me check the back first. Lobo, could you grab a plastic cup for that? Lids are at the bottom left cupboard. Wait, do you have any of those little fish cookie? She's gone. In silence, Alexandra's smile slides off her face. She sighs sharply through her nose. Are you alright? I know this whole song and dance can be quite overwhelming if you aren't prepared. But then you don't know who I am anyway, do you? fish. Oh, of course you have. Always happy to meet my fans. But don't bother being polite. I can tell you don't have any idea who I am. Sloane returns, hands full of yet more ingredients. You hand her a cup and she starts filling it with dubiously blue syrup. Should I expect your fans to start ordering these fraps in the hundreds? Not sure they're on theme anymore. Oh, nothing so drastic. It'll just make a pretty picture to draw in the crowds. The algorithms will eat it up. Alexandra plucks the card reader from the counter with a sly smile, passes her phone across it, and hands it back with a wink. There's a 30% tip attached. You'd know better than me about the social media stuff. Sloane, trust me, you've got a wonderful, marketable place here. What's not to love? Those donuts, those menus. Alexandra turns around to gesture at the cafe, and her eyes finally land on Jessie. Her voice freezes in her throat. Jess? Eek! Oh no, Jessie. Hey, Alex. I didn't know you were coming in today. Well, you might have known if you followed me on Grip. Forget it. Sloane puts the finished frap to one side, pushing past you to tend to the transformed Jessie. Alexandra squeaks a little closer to you. What an unfortunate coincidence. Well, let's both make sure it doesn't distract us from the task at hand, She plucks the frap from the counter. You're not sure how I think that color could taste anything better than tolerable. I know when I'm not wanted. I'll snap a few photos, then be on my merry way. Lighting's not ideal, but I can fix it in post. Oh, so there is. I'll fiddle with it once I've got my post written up. We both want to show the familiar in the best possible light, don't we? With a final smile, Alexandra takes her drink to the cafe's centermost table, posing it like an art exhibit. Jessie, still a bat, keeps staring at her, but she doesn't look back. With an exhausted puff of smoke, Jessie returns to their original form and slumps into their seat, eyes wandering to the crescent moon bracelet on their wrist. Sloane returns after confirming they're okay. Sorry, I didn't think... Yeah, both of them at once can be a wee bit complicated. Sorry, they used to... She's cut off by the sound of a motorbike revving down outside, heralding the arrival of a third customer. This person is at first, even for you. Someone whose body lacks everything but a skeleton. You don't know any kind of magic that can make that work. Skinless, fleshless, sigilless. Although he does have hair, which you're pretty sure isn't a type of bone. A stiff dark brown pompadour that props up a pair of sunglasses. Grudge? Oh no. Grudge, hey, how's it going? I feel like I've barely seen you since ArtCon. It is so cute. He reaches the counter undeterred. You're waiting for Sloane to address him like the others, but she's just staring, locked in place. So you're the new barista. Good job on making it this far. Makes you one of the best, don't it? Ain't just the coffee you brew. It's your resolve. Can we take your order? Yeah, resolve. Let me tell you, I know your type. And I know you're up to something. I can feel it in my... I can feel it. Sloane, I would like to order. Thank you kindly. Let's put your new barista to the test. I'll have a coffee. A black coffee. From the pot. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. I think we might... Sloane's eyes bounce between his skull and the coffee pot on the counter. Lobo, why don't you handle this one? It'll be good for your training. Seems like she isn't going to budge. You grab a cup and start pouring. Wait, what's their name? Lobo? Okay, I think I got it. Lobo. So that's the name of my nemesis. I'm Grudge. Grudge Knuckles, and you'd best remember it. Even if Frederick gave you this job instead of me, there's bound to be cracks in your meticulous facade. Your coffee making halts at this revelation. Oh wait, that's not him talking. Your coffee making halts at this revelation. He had a whole rant prepared just because you got this job? With an application like that? You're making it obvious why they didn't pick you. Hit me right in my non-existent heart. You're gonna make a fine nemesis, that's for sure, much as it pains me, physically. You present the now full cup to Grudge. He daintily drops in a sugar cube, then stirs the coffee with a bone-like spoon, which he apparently just had, loose in one of his pockets. Nice try, Lobo, but I know coffee when I see it, so there's no way this... He puts it to his jawbone and takes a delicate sip. Liquid seems to vanish as soon as it enters his mouth. Damn it, it's just like usual. How'd they get it right so quick, so bitter? It's so energizing. Fine, I'll hand it to you, Lobo. Looks like you're real lucky. That's a decent cup of coffee. But beware, I'm watching you. He takes the cup and spins, dramatically, away from the counter. It's then that he finally spots Jessie. Jessie! Grudge! They immediately hug. It's so good to see you. Why didn't you pipe up earlier? It must, right? It must go somewhere. Magic. I was waiting for you to finish. It sounded like you had a lot to get off your chest. Oh yeah, you heard that. Sorry. It was just a personal. It doesn't matter. How's your job going? I couldn't tell you. But I've not got long. I could tell you, but I've not got long. Are you sure you don't want something with your coffee? Sloan's made some great cookies today, and I'd be happy to buy. Oh no, shouldn't give my nemesis the satisfaction. Not after walking away all conclusively like I just did. Grudge, you haven't even paid yet. I admire your candor, but are you sure Lobo's your nemesis and not Fred? Fred's a real villain, that's true, but a nemesis, that's different. It's gotta be personal. But you don't know who Lobo is yet. Maybe start with a rivalry as practice? A rivalry? Having a lovely time at? No, I used lovely last time. They'll think it's insincere. Ugh. What if I... Oh, almost forgot! Alex, how you doing? All good over there? Grudgy, I didn't see you come in. What a coincidence to run into both you and Jess today. Well, it's funny you're here, actually. There was something I wanted to... I'll just talk to you later. You too, Jess, if you're busy. Sorry, I should pay for this. Grudge sheepishly returns to the counter, hands fishing through his jacket pockets for some loose coins. Well, I'm back. Got too caught in the whole confrontation to give you your money, even if most of it's going straight into Fred's pockets. Ugh. But I'll say this. I'm practically a coffee detective, and I'm detecting something odd about you. As long as I come here, I'm going to do my damnedest to figure out what. I'm sorry, I have to flirt with him right here. Then catch me, detective. Huh, detective. I like the sound of that. Maybe I will catch you then, Lobo. Later. I'll catch you later. Without another word, he perches on a stool by one of the cafe's front windows. Over his shoulder, Alexandra and Jessie swap looks of confused concern. Good job, Lobo. Now would be a good moment to put his purchase into the register. As she's halfway through showing you how to work the cash register, you turn to see Fred jump up onto the counter next to you. How's it going out there? No need to panic. This isn't a performance review, just checking things are. I think I am going to end with a harem ending. I can't help it. He surveys the regulars in the cafe with no small amount of scorn. I can't help it. I love their designs. I'd even date Sloan, though I think that she's got the hots for the... I think his name is Dave. Sloan? Why don't you come with me for a moment? Been meaning to have a chat. But we still need to... She looks forlornly at the pile of coins Grudge left. Even at a glance, you can tell it covers the price of the drink, and then some. This might be your last chance to sow suspicions before you execute your plan. Better choose wisely. Well, if it's my last opportunity to sow chaos, I have to be nice. Take 5. Sloan nods, clearly grateful for this brief reprieve. As silence returns to the room, so too does the opportunity. But you can't help but overhear Fred and Sloan in hushed conversations in the kitchen. I'm just saying, if our best regulars keep bringing their drama here, no one else is going to want to stay. With a sigh, Sloane leans against the kitchen island, the full weight of this morning's event seeming to suddenly sit on her shoulders. They're good, reliable customers. And sure, things have been tricky, but we've got Lobo now. With a little hard work, we can turn this around. Besides, aren't there enough names on your board of bands already? Let's not add any more while we're going through a rough patch. She side-eyes a cork board near the walk-in fridge. There must be at least 24 names on there, each marked with a reason for band in vindictive felt tip. I love the way that was written. In vindictive felt tip. That's good. I know, you're right. It's just, I haven't even cast an anti-summoning ward on this place. Not exactly a recipe for success. I did want to talk about our recipe, actually. Since we've got a new hire, and can we just deal with one thing at a time? First priority is cutting down costs. Now, I noticed the price of algae extract for that blue drink got hiked up, and I figured, my nerves are a mess. I should just cast that ward. I'll be up front. You mean in her eyes? What are you doing now, Fred? A sudden knock at the back door stops her from falling after Fred. Oh, Dave's back. Let's deal with that first. One thing at a time. Mumbling to himself, Fred assumes position at the very center of the cafe. The storm cloud feeling starts to rise again as he begins his spellcraft. While Fred's presence draws little attention, you start rifling through your bag, making sure you can take any opportunity to launch the heist. Just as he starts chanting, however, Jesse approaches him with a thick stack of papers in hand. Hello, Frederick. Rumor is you're expanding the familiar. Very exciting. I'd love to get on board. Should you be casting in front of the customers? Lord of Chains from, Jezebel. That's kind of you to offer, but I am in the middle of something here. I think there's a lot I can offer the familiar. Sloane can vouch for my contract writing work. The familiar deserves all the help it can get. At this point, Grudge takes notice of the conversation, silently shaking his head. Look, Jezebel, if you've already got contracts for me to sign, you've got the wrong idea about working with me. Thought you would have learned after last time. I see. Maybe later then. Jesse gives Fred a nod and walks away. Conceding his point, Grudge immediately moves to reassure them, skeletal hand to shoulder. Jess, what kind of spell is that? Oh, judging from the symbols, it looks like an anti-summoning ward? Odd. Why would you want to stop anyone from getting in? Or for that matter, why do you want to stop folks from getting out? I implore you. Wait, who's messing with the lights? You turn to spot Alexandra fiddling with the dimmer switch that you pointed out earlier. Oh, of course, I should have kept my photos washed out instead of trying to make your cafe better. My mistake. She tries to turn the knob back, but the lights don't stop flickering. Freddie, Alexandra, I've got bigger problems to worry about than photographs right now. I'm addressing a security concern in case you hadn't noticed. Bigger things? What bigger things, Fred? For all you got, maybe start acting like it. Grudge, maybe don't. Here it is, right on cue, the shouting match. It's then that Sloane joins you in the main room, dusting her hands clean from Dave's latest packages. Finally. Fred, are you doing alright? Sloane stands still at the sight of Grudge and Fred stare down. She gazes into his hollow sockets. As she registers the flickering lights and a sheepish Alexandra near the switch, her face falls. Oh no, the electrics aren't good, Alexandra. Let me deal with that. Alexandra, with no small amount of embarrassment, watches Sloane open the light switch to attempt some hasty repairs. Could everyone just wait? I'm out here for 2 seconds, and I'm already getting swamped by my own customers. What do I gotta do for a little peace, huh? No. We've got a new hire today, and if this is the impression we're giving them, we'll be doing them a disservice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be finishing that spell now, without any more interruptions. Fred continues pushing the spell towards completion, as you, coiled like a spring, wait for the exact moment to strike. Even with such a prominent distraction, you know success isn't assured. How fortunate, then, that you sowed a little more chaos in advance. Jesse looks down at their stack of papers, gloom gathering on their brow. So, you're not even going to look at my proposals? If you want to talk, Jezebel, we'll do it later. Just as Fred's magic ripples out into the cafe, all the lights turn off. Whether a result from Fred's spellcraft or Alexandra's meddling, You aren't going to waste time wondering. You've done enough to distract everyone. You're not going to get a better chance than right now. You reach into your bag, and in an instant, all the lights and sound is sucked from the room. The sounds of panic are quickly quelled by the magic now pulsing from your cozy sleep-tight blackout blanket. Even in the silent darkness, you won't have long before everyone gets a sense of their surroundings. But you've been over this plan too many times to fail now. Having said that, you're still wearing a very large apron, which could be an impediment to said plan. What to do? Nah, fuck it, keep it on. Deciding there'll be too much hassle to remove, you press on, aproned. Step 1, take 3 steps into the kitchen, then 6 to the right. You paw for the door handle and slip into the office, trying not to trip over your oversized apron. Step 2, 1, 2, 3 steps and you feel the cool surface of the safe against your fingers. Step 3, reach into your bag and give your can of Curse Be Gone a shake. A few sprays on the safe and the wards are already flaking off. Fred never considered such a direct approach. But there's something else, a sound cutting through the silence, crackling like lightning. Fred's casting a counterspell, albeit slowly, thanks to you wasting his time on the anti-teleporting ward. Step 4, spin the wheel and heave the safe door open. Feel around inside until you've done it. Against all odds, you managed to pull off the heist, and did a decent job of it too. Your shaking outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe before stuffing into your tiny pocket dimension of your teleportable R lunchbox. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in the cafe, and who, if anyone, you should try to pin this on. You exhale, but the sound, though faint, is starting to return. Fred's counterspell is gaining energy. Even if you pull all your weight on the safe door, you wouldn't have time to close it properly. The best you can do is return quickly, as quietly as you can. As you take careful steps back to the counter, you try your best to control your breathing, to not let the exhilaration show. It's been so long. But as you reach the counter, your foot catches the edge of your apron. You trip in the darkness as the darkness finally dissipates. Oh my god, Mika! Hello, hello! Hello, kitty Mika! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, Mika! Hello, Luna! Ooh, how was Symphony of the Night? Did you have a nice time? Everyone be sure to go check out Mika if you haven't already. She is wonderful. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Lobo. I'm a Pomeranian variety streamer. We're playing some demos tonight. We just managed to steal the secret recipe. An unwelcome reminder that you're not safe yet. You've got to find an exit in the ensuing chaos without arousing suspicion, somehow. As the silent darkness lifts from the cafe, the first thing you see is Fred bounding through the kitchen, crashing through the cat flap into the office. Stream exploded like, yeah, I was wondering why I kept getting dings in Discord. I thought it was your notice for going live. I'm glad you had a good time, though. Thank you so much for coming over. Is everyone okay in here? No one's hurt? Sloan catches you just as you regain your balance, saving you from toppling over onto the counter. Oh, Lobo, be careful. Light must be disorienting. Just take a moment. Okay, I know how this looks, but that's the last time I handle these lights. But I don't think that blackouts usually come with spontaneous hearing loss. A speedrun instead. How fast did you go? How'd you do? It is possible with light and sound enhancements, but it's rare they're so dramatic. Did Fred's spell backfire somehow? Jesse, we don't have any enchantments like that. This wasn't planned. Oh, the plot thickens. Wait, where'd Fred go? Before anyone can move, Fred rushes back into the room. Nobody leaves. His eyes crackle gold and chains of light fly across the cafe. Front door, the windows, the back door, no exits are spared. 40-50 minutes out. I mean, I don't know the Castlevania numbers, but that sounds really, really good. So congrats. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, understand? If you aren't going to turn yourself in, I'll just root you out myself. What? I'm sorry, but whatever just happened is your business. I'm not missing my meeting. I'm sure you have a plan, Frederick, but it is really not necessary to trap us inside your lovely cafe. If you want us to stay, you didn't have to do that. And what are you accusing us of exactly? Sitting perfectly still while you messed up some spell? Fred, what's going on? While the lights were out, someone went into my office and somehow opened the safe, which means one of you people in this room has stolen our secret recipe. It's as if the whole room flinches. Suddenly, everyone's looking at everyone else, wide-eyed, searching their faces for the slightest trace of an answer. Jesse seems to be evaluating everyone in turn, but their piercing red eyes burrow into Fred for the longest. Most importantly, however, no one seems to regard you for very long. But that means, no, this is fine. We can deal with it. It's all right. As unfortunate as this is, I do have a meeting to attend, and I'd rather not get caught up in this. Ha, good luck getting past my magic. I might only be a familiar, but I promise if you try to leave, you'll regret it. Jesse's eyes flicker across Fred's barrier, prying for any weaknesses in the spellcraft. Frederick, this is utterly absurd. We've all got better things to do than play petty parts in your amateur theatrics. Yeah, and how do you know it's just one thief? What if it's a conspiracy of all of us finally getting our revenge? We don't have to act like vigilantes. I'll just call the police and... Enough! Enough! This place is sealed and nobody leaves until we find our thief. Thief singular. Grudge, because if it was any more, you might have actually succeeded. As for the ACPD, Sloan, fine, I'll call him. I'm betting they'll take their sweet taxpayer time getting here, then label it as unsolvable. I'm not risking anyone making a break for it in the meantime, so we're going to sit here, like adults, and get our facts straight. Understand? Now, did anyone notice anyone acting strange? Anything suspicious at all? Might get this over with faster if you fess up now. Drew exchanges uncomfortable glances before someone pipes up. I was the one who stopped Alexandra from messing around with the lights. Maybe she short-circuited the electrics by accident. And what? That was a prelude to this? Just a fun little hint? You can't be serious. Lobo suggested it, so I thought it'd be fine. Jess, I didn't think you wanted to get in with Fred after all the shouting matches we had. You want access to the heart of the business, metaphorically speaking. You really could have phrased that better, Grudgy. It had nothing to do with this. I just got the impression that he needed more staff. Hey, if you wanted to steal from Fred, I'd support you. Well, Fred, if you were casting an anti-summoning word, weren't you? That tells me you were suspecting something like this to happen. Already blocking off avenues to escape. You really didn't explain what you were doing, Fred. Can't blame us for worrying. Hey, I'm the one who just got robbed. I was right to cast that. Lobo's the one who suggested it. Well, great start, everybody. At this rate, we have our recipe back within the next 1,000 years. There's no use trusting anyone here, is there? I know how these stories go. You've all got some kind of motive. Jesse, the heir to a powerful family with something to prove. There's always one. I'm not an heir to anything. I'm the youngest of 5. Alexandra, our femme fatale, although she hasn't killed anyone, probably. If it weren't for you, I'd take that as a compliment. Grudge, the obvious suspect. Too obvious, even. But I'm not ruling anything out yet. So what? That makes you the hero detective? You don't even have a plucky sidekick. Or a hat. Sloan, the one you'd least expect. Oh, that's good, I think. But Fred, you really can't be saying that Which brings us to our final suspect. Lobo. Your breath can't help but flutter as everyone's eyes suddenly turn on you. Well, I've got my eye on you too, but they'd have to be swimming in artifacts to pull that off, so pretty sure they're in the clear. A cursory glance around the room tells you that not everyone believes them. So that's why they're going to find out who really did this, and everyone's going to be very polite and answer all their questions. What? Wait, they're the detective? I would have been perfect for this job. Although playing sidekick to Fred, he bullet dodged. Fred, you know me. You don't seriously think I could have done this, do you? That seems awfully convenient for both Lobo and Frederick. But could we just stay calm and not keep shouting all the time? I can't keep spending my time with people who'd waste it on my behalf. Don't try to stop me when I leave. I'm there with you, Jess, though I wouldn't mind knowing who really did it. Fred, I know you're panicking right now, but we shouldn't be doing anything rash. These are our customers, and this is Lobo's first day. Why would we? It could be the bird. I can't believe we haven't considered the bird. Her rising voice is broken by a ringtone. She stops with a flinch, putting the call on speaker. Hey, Dave. Hey, Sloan. I got my very last packages out back, but these gold chains on the door? They could suck. You okay in there? Yeah, I'm fine. We're dealing with a burglary. I'll give you the details in a second at the door. Oh, one of those days, huh? Is Lobo all right at least? Good question. Fred just asked them to interrogate us. Look, I know it's unorthodox, but we need that recipe. This is our best option for the cafe. For the cafe? I always knew you hated your customers, but this just confirms it. No grudge, just you. Can you please not fight already? We're not going to solve whatever this is just by shouting. Yeah, it's getting a bit loud over the speaker. Lobo, what do you actually want to do? You can't please everyone. Let's all calm down. We're on the same side. Are we? I'm not sticking around to watch this petty theft get solved. Petty? Yeah, like hell we're on the same side. Everyone's a suspect. Yeah, it's got so much content. I'm really enjoying it. Even so, I agree that she shouldn't start this antagonism. I'm sure we can sort everything out with a little decorum. And hey, if we are on the same side, I can help Lobo solve the case. Look, are we doing this or not, Lobo? No matter how strange Fred's idea might be, it could put you in a better position until you can make your getaway. Time to lean on the scapegoat part of your plan. So as he starts bounding into the kitchen, you shrug and go along with him. Sloan finishes her call with Dave before following with heavy footsteps. Silence takes the space you leave behind. Yeah, I like Dave. Do you want to talk about any of that? Just relax for a minute, Sloan. I'm going to check for any clues in my office. Lobo, join me a minute. Clues? I don't hire a detective, but here we are. If there's anything I can do to help, please just ask. Oh, me too. Not sure there's much I can offer besides moral support, but, you know, thought I'd say. Can't leave till the delivery's done, is all. Thanks, Dave. I think we could use all the support until this gets sorted. Well, it'll get awkward if I'm just looking in, won't it? I'll leave you be then. Anything you need, just out into the alley. Best not to keep Fred waiting. Maybe you'll be able to reason with him. Calm him down a bit? I think he could use that right now. You oblige her and enter the office, finding Fred in the middle of a phone call. Yeah, theft. Lock down the whole building. Makes your job a whole lot easier, doesn't it? A locked room scenario is a little intriguing, I suppose. First on the phone, you know that voice, thin and sharp as a wire. Digging into you is just as deep. But where? But if it isn't urgent, that's not what I said, En. Not exactly getting picked off one by one. I'll be happy to be there at the earliest convenience. Our department is very busy otherwise. You'll solve it by yourself, really. You shouldn't expect miracles. We're just immortal, you know. Oh, excuse me, mostly mortal. A self-satisfied laugh cracks through the receiver, bounces off the back of your skull, ringing like tinnitus. If you show your face in my business! I'll see you later, familiar. Why'd I expect anything else? You're dialing all those tiny keys, too. Ah, Lobo, here already. You probably heard the ACPD is taking its sweet time. Big surprise. But we don't need him. We'll do the real work. Plan is, you find our prime suspect before the ponies get here and mess everything up. You can do that, right? It's 1 in 4. Logical deduction. Fred sneaks a not-so-subtle glance at your CV across the desk. Should be easy for your cerebral thrill seeker like yourself. Plus, you love coffee. That's a decent motivation to get the recipe back. Despair and anger. Right, let's put those soft skills of yours to use. Imagine I'm one of the suspects. What would you ask me? Hey, do you have the recipe? If it was that easy, we wouldn't need detectives. It's not like... He stops to breathe out as much tension as he can manage. I mean, are you even trying to find the right suspect here? You need eyewitness accounts, motives, that sort of thing. Stuff like, what were you doing when the lights went out? Or how do you feel about the familiar? Or what's your relationship with Fred, you know? Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. If that's what he wants while you're trapped here, that's exactly what he'll get. If you find us a prime suspect with a convincing case, I mean something thoroughly investigated, we can put things back to normal. Things are gonna get complicated once he shows up too. I'd appreciate having someone on my side when that happens. I know how this sounds. It's a dumb idea, but it's the best I've got right now. And if we don't do something, this place is going under. All our livelihoods are at stake here, so get out there and catch us a thief. Please? Your plan went off without a hitch, until it didn't. And while your boss might be paying you your greater attention, he doesn't think you did it. At least not yet. If a real detective from the ACPD is coming, no doubt they'll find out you're the thief. That is, unless you have a convincing scapegoat. With evidence of a motive and the others on your side, you might be able to clock off at the end of the day without handcuffs. Until that happens, Fred's magic will keep you trapped here. I don't like his stress spray either. The down ears make me sad. And look, he has a little heart. Do you see his little heart? He's a little tuxedo kitty. So with that, your investigation begins. Not to find who did it, but to find the perfect person to blame. To be continued. That was the demo for Spill the Beans. I thought it was really amazing. I thought it was great. I loved how much content there was. I loved how they used our resume. I loved that little bit of character customization. I loved the gender inclusivity. I definitely misgendered Jessie a couple times at the beginning. My bad. I thought it was lovely. And the designs and the writing is really good. I'm really excited. All the demos we played, I'm really excited to see when they're fully released. I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. I hope you got to wishlist some of them and are as excited as I am. I think I'm going to call stream there, and I'm going to get some ice cream and listen to Magnus Archives, and that's going to be the rest of my night. But so thank you guys so much for joining me. Yeah, I've been re-listening to it because I never finished it. We just started season 2, and it's so good, so good. I love it. I love spooky vibes before bed. They're my favorite. So yeah. Let me find someone for us to raid. Oh my god, Viv finished Final Fantasy VIII. So she'll probably end soon, so probably not. Let's see, where are we going? Yes, let's go see Cell. Cell's playing Banjo-Kazooie. That sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like someone told me that I should play Banjo-Kazooie. I've never played one of them. I would love to get to watch Cell play some. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I should be streaming again on Sunday. Hello, True. Hello. Yes, the beans. We spilled them. We spilled them like crazy. Since we did demos today, on Sunday we'll probably either do Dark Souls or Ocarina of Time if I had to guess. But we'll just see how I feel that day. This week's been kind of everywhere, so, you know, just whatever. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye. Please take care of Cell. She is wonderful. She is talented. Follow her. Support her. Bye-bye. 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 Get out of here.